Hi, and welcome to episode 4 of our weight loss adventure series. Sounds kind of funny to do that, but anyway, I am in the middle of editing this video and just wanted to pop in to say hello and welcome to part 2. If you missed part 1, make sure you go check the link down below, watch that part first, because otherwise you're going to start in the middle of the week and really in the middle of a day, and that's just not going to make any sense. But if you watched part 1 and now you're here, welcome. Thanks for continuing to watch, and I won't make you wait any longer. Here's that chicken fried steak. Alright, I've got my ingredients ready for cooking. Got my lean beef cut into 4 portions. My flour is where it's going to go first with a little salt and pepper in there. Then it's going to go into a bath of egg white and almond milk. Almond milk just because I prefer that over skim milk. And then into the breadcrumbs. And then I've got some extra milk for the gravy and some bacon. Yum yum. Some chopped onions. And I wanted to show you this bacon, guys. I found this, I believe, at Kroger, I want to say. No sugar. No sugar added uncured bacon. It actually might have been at Publix, now that I think about it. But it's only a point a slice. So this will be good for breakfast later with the leftovers. I only needed 2 slices out of this little pack. So we're going to get cooking, and next time you should see the final product. So here's what the finished gravy looks like. And our steaks. And we decided for a vegetable, or I decided rather, because hubby's not home yet, some simple mixed veggies and mashed cauli. That will make a nice low point side dish. And funny thing, neither of us really like cauliflower, but we discovered this stuff and we kind of like it. So makes for a good side dish, and hopefully he'll be home really soon and we can let you know how it tastes. Alright, hubby's home. Steak has been presented. Let's see.
Holy smokes, that is some good stuff.
Good stuff, eh?
I really like that.
Worth the 7 points?
Without question.
Yeah, good job. Alright, time to check in for the evening. Dinner is done, and the leftovers are packed for lunches tomorrow to make it super easy. I have 4 points remaining for the day, and I think I will probably indulge in some sort of treat or dessert this evening, whether it be a dark chocolate raspberry Weight Watchers bar or something a little more involved. Haven't decided yet because I'm still full from dinner, and I'm okay with that.
The next day.
Good Wednesday morning to everybody. It is a busy day in my household. Not only do we go to work, but we've got a small group at our church on Wednesday nights. So today I'm going to rely on the trusty old slow cooker to make dinner for us, and I think it's going to be really, really good. The recipe is from foursistersdish.com, and they actually have an Instagram. You can go check them out, but I'll put a link to this recipe down below, and of course we'll show you what's in it and then the finished product and a little review tonight. As far as points, today is, since it's the middle of the week, I'm planning on having another high point day. So I haven't figured out what I want to spend my points on yet, whether it's something extra at lunch or breakfast, or I don't know. I'm thinking on that. I looked at Chick-fil-A chicken minis because I kind of miss those. That's 11 points for 4. I don't know if that's satisfying enough for me to be worth it or not. Even when I go over my points and treat myself, I want to make sure it's worth it. So I will keep you guys posted on what I decide. And I did take a little peek at the scale this morning, and things are looking good. So fingers crossed that this whole plan of going up and down with my points is working, and we'll find out soon. So of course I have entered this recipe. I actually used the Add to Cozy button on the website to add this one. But I have it pulled up on my Cozy app ready to go, and I've got the ingredients in front of me. Some non-fat plain Greek yogurt, which I've used yesterday. That's why we got the big container. 2.5 pounds of boneless, skinless, trimmed chicken breasts. Some garlic, onion, paprika. Some healthy heart-healthy versions of the cream of chicken and cream of mushroom soup. And then, not included in the point values, is suggested that you top the chicken mixture over these egg noodles. And I looked at the points on this. This is 6 points for a 1.5 cups dry. I'm not sure how much that'll be wet, but I'll just measure out 4 portions of a 1.5 cups dry and cook that, and we'll put our chicken mixture on top of that, and the chicken mixture itself is only 2 points per serving, and it makes 7 servings. So what I'll probably do when all this is done is I'm going to make enough for 4 servings as far as the noodles are concerned, but then whatever's left over of this I'm just going to freeze for another meal. Whoops, I left out one ingredient on the list, and I apologize if you were writing that down. It also calls for some chicken base, and this is actually leftover from one of those meal boxes that you get, a recipe that never happened. So this is about a teaspoon if I remember correctly. I'll measure it out, but you're going to mix this with hot water to go in the crock pot. Okay, I think I have a plan for today. I'm going to, for breakfast, go to Starbucks, my favorite place, and get myself some good breakfast and coffee from there. For lunch, I'm having leftover chicken fried steak from last night. That's 8 points. There wasn't enough veggies and cauliflower mash to go with it, so I made myself a little bowl of veggies and my dip on top, like that. So that is ready to go. And I'll screw that on in a second. For dessert, I decided to pack dessert today since I'm really dipping into my points. I made chocolate pumpkin fluff last night, which is a can of Cool Whip, preferably Cool Whip free, but I didn't have that available, so I used Cool Whip Lite, a can of pure pumpkin, and a box of sugar-free, fat-free. This time I used chocolate. I've used vanilla or butterscotch or cheesecake flavor before, and then you can add some pumpkin pie spice if you like, and it makes this really rich chocolatey dessert if you use chocolate. Otherwise it tastes like pumpkin pie in a bowl, which is really good. This particular version is 4 points. I think if I had used Cool Whip free, it would be a little less than that, maybe 2 points if I remember correctly. So I'm going to enjoy this, and then I got 3 of the chocolate pizzelles. These are like, they taste kind of like a waffle cone but chocolatey, and they're really light. They're about a point a piece, and I grabbed 3 of them. So 7 point dessert. That's a little bit more than I would normally do. That's a treat. 8 point lunch plus my veggies, and the dip is free. And then I'll have my breakfast, and I'm also packing my afternoon snack. 3 points worth of cheese and crackers, and then 0 points, because this is no sugar added, of a fruit cup. So I think I've got it all planned out, and then tonight's dinner is cooking, so we'll check in after work. Hey guys, I'm finally home from work and am finishing up dinner, and I wanted to show you the results of this Mama's Best weeknight chicken. So the chicken is shredded and kept warm in the crock pot. We've got our egg noodles cooked and measured out into 4 fair portions, because I made 4 portions. And keep in mind, when pasta is cooked, it compresses, so it's going to take up less space than it's dry. So a 1.5 cups dry is not going to end up being a 1.5 cups cooked. Be careful about that when you're doing your portions. And then for dinner we have this Prince Edward medley. I had the bag, but I think I threw it away. We got that from Aldi, and it's really tasty. We like to steam that. So I'm going to show you a trick. I love to use my kitchen scale, and so the recipe says that 10 ounces of the mixture by weight is the portion. So what I've done is pre-plated my pasta, and I've set it on my scale, and I'm going to hit the on button, and it's going to automatically tear it to 0 with the plate and the pasta already there. So all I have to do is scoop onto my pasta, my chicken mixture, until I get to 10 ounces, and then I know that I've got the correct portion. Looks like you get a pretty generous portion. It smells really good. There we go. 10 ounces on the nose. So we're going to dish this up. We'll let you know before we close out the night how it was and how I did with counting extra points and using my weeklies today. Time for a check-in on points on this rainy Wednesday evening. As I had planned, I went ahead and used 42 of my daily points, which of course I only have 29 normally, so I cut into my weeklies. But I planned on doing that, and you'll see the effects of that on Saturday when we have a weigh-in. For breakfast, I went to Starbucks, and instead of my usual 5-point breakfast sandwich, I actually indulged in one that I used to eat all the time, the bacon Gouda and egg breakfast sandwich. It's double the points of what I usually eat, so, definitely a rare treat. But decided to enjoy it. And then my usual skinny flavored latte, I get the cinnamon dulce latte, and I get almond milk in that, just personal preference, but the points stay about the same as the non-fat milk, even though it's not in the program. For lunch, I had my leftover piece of chicken fried steak, which was just as tasty as ever, with carrots and cucumbers and that dip I made out of yogurt. And then I indulged in a little light dessert with chocolate pumpkin fluff, which I told you about yesterday, and the pizzelles. Definitely very satisfying lunch. Total of 15 points, which is of course higher than I would normally go, but like I said, I had the points and I plan to use them. For dinner, we showed you what we made, the Mom's Best weekday chicken for 2 points, and that was quite a hearty serving, 10 ounces, but we measured it just to be sure. The egg noodles underneath, which is also kind of a treat, because that's a little bit high point for a side dish, and then some veggies on the side. And then for snacks today, I did dig into the snacks I packed plus one. I had the 0-point mandarin oranges, the Baby Bell that I had packed, and also the popped barbecue chips that I had brought to work a few days ago and hadn't eaten yet. I had kind of a hankering for a salty, crunchy snack, so I was able to enjoy those. So tomorrow we're going out to eat for my sister and my nephew's birthday. So I'm going to be planning my meals accordingly and leave plenty of points for that so that I can stay on program and enjoy myself. And I'll talk to you again in the morning. Good morning to all of you. It is now Thursday morning, and we have survived the storms from last night. We're still going to get some more rain. I think today, since it's going to be below 80 for the high, I'm finally breaking out the denim jacket, and I am so happy to finally get to wear it. I could put together so many outfits with this thing, and I don't know why it took me so long to discover. It was like toward the end of the season last year, but that actually worked to my advantage because I got this thing on really good sale. Anyway, don't mind the cat who's playing with plastic bag. Let me show you what I've got on the menu for today. So today's lunch bag's going to be a little sparse, only because I'm trying to save points for dinner tonight. Like I said, we're going out to eat, so I want to make sure that if I decide to have something with a significant amount of points that I can enjoy it. They do have 0-point chicken, grilled chicken tenders I saw, so that will be an option if I need to, but I might like to have something like a baked potato or some sweet potato fries, or something with that might have some more points. So I'm starting the day with maple brown sugar oatmeal, 3 points, easy peasy, and a plum. I've got my morning/afternoon snack options, all with protein this time, because I really don't want to snack too much. Probably going to have the yogurt usually in the morning, and then one or both of the cheeses in the afternoon, depending on what I need. And if, of course I don't eat these, I keep them cold while I'm at work so I can just bring them back home. And then for lunch, I've got leftovers from last night and a banana, because our bananas are starting to look a little sad and I don't want them to go bad. But that's it. So this was 8 points from last night. This is 3. This would be 2. This is also 3. And that's 3. If I don't eat any of my snacks, then I should have about 18 points for dinner. And of course, I deduct every time I have a snack, so I'm going to keep that in mind. But definitely enjoy the snack if I need it. And one other thing that's happening today, and I wish I could take you along, but I'll probably talk to you afterward about it, or at least this afternoon when I get home, is our company has annual biometric screenings that are free. It's part of their wellness program, and I get it every year because you get points toward a discount off of your insurance for having it done. So they'll test your glucose, your cholesterol, good and bad, they weigh you, and I think a couple of other things, and then they give you some feedback on that. So I'm actually kind of excited to see what my cholesterol has done. After a month of doing this program, I think my cholesterol should be pretty good. It never was really off. Every once in a while it was like borderline high, but nothing, nothing that I'd need to go see a doctor about. But I have had fasting glucose that's been a little bit high, not during a biometric screening, ironically, but when I've tested myself. So I'm hoping that that's coming back down. I know sometimes it takes a little longer for your body to heal after months and years of abuse with the sugar. So yeah, we'll see how that goes, and I'm looking forward actually to next year's biometric screening because I'm sure the results will be way different after a year on program. Alright, Thursday evening check-in. I am still within my healthy eating range as evidenced by my blue dot. I had 30 points today despite going out this evening to eat, so I feel very pleased with myself. And there was a very large chocolate cake that I did resist. I looked up the points and decided it just wasn't worth it to blow the rest of my weeklies. I want to continue on the path that I set at the beginning of the week, so maybe next time. So for this morning, I had the Weight Watchers maple brown sugar oatmeal, and then for lunch, I had my leftovers and a plum. For dinner, I indulged in some sweet potato fries at Taco Mac. Those were 14 points, and the grilled chicken tenders were actually 0, so that worked out well. And then I did enjoy snacks while I was waiting, because we had kind of a late dinner. I had a banana, the Baby Bell Lite cheese and crackers, and my string cheese that I had packed in my bag, and the yogurt ended up going in the fridge because I didn't need it. I did go have my biometric screening at work today, and they told me a lot of things that I already kind of knew, but my cholesterol is looking good. My good cholesterol was a little low. She said I could get some bump in that from exercise and also eating foods rich in omega-3s like fish, although I'm not a big fan of fish. She mentioned almonds and she mentioned avocados, so might try and get a little bit more of that into my diet. But overall cholesterol was good. My fasting glucose is a little high. It's consistently hitting just above 100, and that's kind of in the just into the pre-diabetic range. I knew that. It's been that way for a while, so I'm hoping in the next few months, if I do it again, that we'll see a better result, and maybe if I'll start walking some more. Blood pressure's good. My fat percent was a little embarrassing. I am 49.7% fat. That just kind of blows my mind. They used a special scale that measures like your fat and your water content. She said, you're a little bit dehydrated. Go drink some water when you're done here. And of course I did. I drank water all day. And my BMI currently is 40.8. I want to get it down to 25. So I've got a long haul ahead, but at least I know where I'm starting. And then next year when I do this, or even if I do another one, Sam's Club has them going on apparently every few months. And they're free, even if you're not a Sam's Club member. So I think I'm going to take John on Saturday and have him do one, but then we can go back in a few months and do it again and see our numbers improving. So that's an extra thing we can watch for our success besides the way our clothes fit and the number on the scale. So I think that's going to be good. It's late. I'm tired, so I'm going to sign off for tonight, and we will see you one more time tomorrow. Good morning. It's finally Friday. And we are going to be out on the town in a neighboring town tonight with our church doing a concession stand, so I'm trying to pack kind of a reasonable low-ish point breakfast and lunch so that hubby and I can go have dinner before we do this concession stand and be nice and full and not be tempted by all the goodies that we're surrounded by, and we'll just be busy serving the people. So here's what I've got for breakfast and lunch. Once more, I'm going to go with the maple brown sugar instant oatmeal, and I'm trying to get rid of these bananas before they go completely brown. I do have some things that I want to make for breakfasts to go, but just haven't really had the time, and some of my dishes have been soaking, so hopefully this weekend I'll get to make them and I can share that with you all. For lunch, we've got some of that leftover chili that I made last weekend. We saved lots for future lunches, so it's been a minute since I've had that. 3 tortilla chips, which is 3 points, and the chili is 1 point. I've got my yogurt and cheese mixture in the bottom container here. That's 4 points worth, and then some chocolate pumpkin fluff for dessert because I really wanted it last night and I just didn't get around to having it, so I'm going to have it today. And then for my afternoon or midday snack, to tide me over until we actually get to dinner, I've got some applesauce and some string cheese. So yeah, happy Friday, you guys. I think it's going to be a great day. Good evening, guys. We've made it to the weekend, which means weigh-in is tomorrow, and you'll get to see what the results of all this tracking has been. But for now, we'll share with you tonight's points. And like I said, John and I were working a concession stand tonight with lots of temptations, pizza and chicken and hot dogs and nachos and candy and chips. Anything and everything that would throw us off track if we indulged. But I think we did pretty good. Definitely was smart to have dinner ahead of time so that we weren't starving by the time we got there. And then I took home some leftover popcorn just as a snack later. It's only, just a baggie worth, so it's not a lot of points, but it'll make a nice snack. So here's how I did today. So here's my points totals for today. Looks like I had 26 points in total, and I actually have 3 left over, but I'm not particularly hungry right now, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that. I'm not too far off the dailies, and I feel like I had a pretty good day. Breakfast was the Weight Watchers oatmeal, 3 points. I had my chili for lunch like I planned. That was really filling, and I didn't end up having my normal afternoon snack. But I did dig into the chocolate pumpkin fluff because it was totally worth it. And then for dinner we went to Chick-fil-A, and that's one of our favorite places to go when we're tracking points because the grilled chicken nuggets, 12 of them, are still 0 points, and they're very tasty. And I had enough points left to indulge in some waffle fries, one of my favorite treats, and a diet lemonade, which is 1 point for a large. So definitely a nice meal. Didn't overdo for the day, and I also managed to get a decent amount of activity. So 9 points in today with a little over 6,000 steps. Part of that was due to the extra work we did tonight, but I am pleased with that. I think I do have a long way to go to get better at getting into the habit of purposely walking, but I am trying, and that's all we can do. So, it is now nearing midnight, so I will close it for tonight, and when you see us tomorrow, we will be at our Weight Watchers meeting. Good morning! It is Saturday, which means weigh-in day, and we get to find out how we did this week. How was your tracking? Because we didn't really look.
Although I did stay within my points, I only used 3 weeklies because of the activity points I earned during the week. So even my mistakes I kept track of, and we'll see what happens.
And as you guys know, I purposely used some of mine, so we will recap real quick, and then at the end you'll get to see how it all played out. Hey guys, it's Saturday night and it is the start of a new week for us, so I'm sure if you've made it to this point of the video, you're curious to see how things went. So real quick, I want to recap what happened the week before last, how I did it, and what the result was, and then this past week that I've been showing you. Last week, I pretty much maintained my weekly points, just my dailies, and so as you can see, Saturday 32, Sunday 27, Monday 23, Tuesday 34, Wednesday 35, Thursday 34, and Friday 33. So I ate 218 points that week, and my daily allotment is 29. So I had 203 and I used 15 weeklies basically, and that week I didn't do a whole lot of activity except for on Thursday I got some extra activity in. Everything else was pretty steady and I didn't lose. I gained 0.2. So this week, as you know, I shook it up. On Saturday I went for 44 points, Sunday 26, Monday 28, Tuesday 32, Wednesday was another high day at 42, and then back on track Thursday at 30 and Friday at 26. This time I used 228 of my 203 dailies. That's 25 weeklies if you do the math. And the result is I lost 3 pounds. That's right, you guys, 3 whole pounds. You might have seen my post earlier today talking to you about using your points and how important it is. Check out our Facebook page, Instagram if you didn't get that message. But basically, to sum it up, you can't keep yourself in the mentality that food is bad and that you have to diet and only eat diet food. Think about that. I know that there's lots of food out there, pizza and fried chicken and most entrees at restaurants out there that now we know are loaded with calories and fat that have gotten us into the place where we're at right now, where we're unhappy and unhealthy. But you've got to keep in mind that you can have those things, just not all the time. So if you're going out to eat, you can plan for having what you want. If there's a holiday coming up, you can go a couple of routes. You can either bring things that are healthier versions of stuff that everybody loves, or you can have a little, plan for it, and just account for your week to not go completely off the rails. And I think those are habits of really healthy people, that, you know, they normally maintain their weight, and just for some reason in their brains it works that way, that they eat healthy most of the time and then once in a while they indulge and it doesn't do any damage to their weight or their health. So that being said, guys, the program works as it's prescribed. Every body is different, so you're going to find a million different answers as to why you're not losing weight. And I want to do more videos on that later on, so definitely if you're interested, click the subscribe button. I have a lot of thoughts and experience on this. I've done this before, I've hit goal before, and I know some tips and tricks from going through that struggle myself. So anyway, hubby has lost a little bit this week. He lost 0.6. We both made our 10-pound milestone. Yay! So we're very pleased. The jars are looking a little less and less sparse every week. Take a look. So still got quite a ways to go, guys. Still got a ways to go, but I'm looking forward to this jar getting smaller and smaller and the other one growing. And we did notice this week, I was just scrolling in my phone through some photos of about a month ago when we were out in Florida, and we got a cute picture of ourselves, and we took another selfie just about a week ago, and we can already see in our faces the 10-pound difference. So next milestone is 25. We're not sure who's going to make it there first, but I think John is actually going to try and adopt the same pattern I did by eating a high day on weigh-in day and then another high day in the middle of the week, just trying to see if shaking it up a little bit affects his weight loss any, and we will update you next Saturday on how that goes. Thanks so much for watching this video, you guys. If you liked it, don't forget to give us a big thumbs up of encouragement. That helps John and I keep going and pushing through to lose this 100+ pounds that we have, and definitely helps the video reach other people. Feel free to share it if you like, and like I said, we're going to be making more videos, weekly videos. Let us know down in the comments what kinds of stuff you want to see, what questions you have. Was any part of this video especially helpful and you want us to do it again? Let us know what you're thinking, and click that subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next video. Have a great week!